Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome to another Good Morning Grief devotional. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So happy, excited, and ecstatic and elated to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you on today, on this Thursday, May 25th. This is indeed the day that the Lord has made. He has commanded us to rejoice and to be glad in it. And I'm happy to lead you in our grief devotional today. Look, this is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what we feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't suppress it, but we address it. And that's why we say good morning, because mourning is a good thing. I want to welcome you in this space. I want to welcome you in this place, and I want to thank you for tuning in, for turning in, for tapping in to this grief devotional. Purposed in our hearts to do grief devotional every single day this year. Today is day 145. And I'm so glad to have this opportunity to help you as you navigate through the pivotal circumstance in which you face. Remember, y'all, small steps lead to great distances, right? One session is not going to heal your heart. Coming one time is not going to make everything all right. Grief is a journey, and small steps lead to great distances, but you have to make sure that you are actively mourning. Mourning requires motion. If you suppress but don't address and don't express, you're not moving, which means you're not mourning. That means you have stalled, you stopped, you're stagnant, and you stopped. And although you may be grieving, you're not mourning. Although you may be feeling, you're not revealing. And so mourning requires motion. If you don't get anything else that I say, you have to actively mourn as you navigate through this grief process. So thank you for joining us today. Super duper excited. Y'all know we don't hold you long, but I want to have an opportunity to navigate through this lesson. Today's grief quote says, memory is a way of holding on to the things you love, the things you are, the things you never want to lose. Memory is a way of holding on to the things you love, the things you are, and the things you never want to lose. Today is day 145. We're going to talk about memories. We're going to talk about memories in the words of that great prophet DOC. Y'all ready for this? Come on, let's get into it. Especially in our early grief, our memories can be painful. Especially in our early grief, our memories can be painful. I'm talking about when that thing is fresh. I'm talking about when that thing is early. I'm talking about when that thing is new. Yes, memories can be painful. To have memories of our loved ones that have now transitioned, they've now gone on, they have now, gone to heaven, gone to a better place. Just having and holding those memories can be painful. They can be painful because we have them, but we can no longer create more of them, right? And so we have them, but we can no longer create more of them. And so what ends up happening, y'all, oftentimes we grieve that in which we don't, in that which we can't have, right? Because we long for reality that is no longer attainable. And so we grieve and the moments continue, right? We grieve the moments that we can't have. We grieve the next birthday when our loved one is not there. We grieve the next birthday that they have that they can't be there and we can't be there to celebrate them. We grieve graduations because they would have seen us walking across the stage, right? My father died December 3rd. I graduated, I think it was December 17th, 15th, maybe it was the 15th. It was literally 12 or 13 days later that I'm walking across the stage to get my degree. Oh, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was so dreary. It was so cloudy, right? Because it was one of the greatest moments of my life and it was one of the worst moments of my life, right? And so at a time where I'm supposed to be joyous and happy, and I tried to be as much as I could, because it was a great accomplishment, right? There was such a damper because not even 2 weeks prior, I had to put my father in the ground, right? And so those moments that we have, y'all, they are so, oh my God, they can be painful. They can be painful. I cried the day of the graduation. I remember after we went out to eat, they wanted to go out to eat to celebrate, and we went out to eat, and we went out to Outback, and I remember you sitting there eating, and you little fiddle fattling with your steak, and you're eating. I remember just getting in the cars. I got in the car and I just lost it. Right? I got in the car and just broke out into tears. Just started sobbing in the car because that moment, even though it was special, it was painful. Even though it was joyous, man, it was sorrowful. It was a celebration, but it was sorrowful. And so early on, those memories can be painful, right? Early on in our grief, those memories, they can be super duper painful. Joyous and minor memories alike only seem to remind us of what we have lost. Joyous and minor memories alike, they only seem to remind us of what we have lost. And I just want to be real out. That's the reality of the situation. That early on, those memories can be painful. And as you navigate this loss, change, and transition, it can hurt so bad. Think about it like this. I'm about to pull up in your driveway. You remember, do you remember, it could be high school or junior high or even in college or early on. You ever had your heart broken? Come on. Y'all remember Slick Rick, A Teenage Love? Don't don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Oh, I just dated myself. Y'all remember Slick Rick talking about a teenage love, right? That you was with somebody, you was booed and trued. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ended up breaking up, and what? It broke your heart. It like devastated you. And every memory you had of that individual, y'all got matching t-shirts, y'all had matching pictures. If you was in Indianapolis, you went to Master Lab and got some pictures taken. The stuff that you had at your crib of them, every memory was painful. Oh, it was painful. You didn't want to go to the spot where y'all used to eat at. It was painful. And don't let y'all have broke up and y'all was still in school. Lord have mercy. You got to sit at a different lunch table. Everybody asking what's going on. You got to go a different route because you're going to pass them in the hallway, right? And when it initially happened, I'm telling y'all, it was painful because it's loss, change, and transition. But how many of you can truly say that eventually, as time went on, as time moved forward, as you begin to even mourn that loss meaningfully, right? That pain began to subside a little bit. And the memory of them was not as painful. Come on, after you broke up, later on down the line, it was not as painful as you continue to navigate on your journey. Yeah, this happens in every loss, change, and transition. I'm definitely like, it's going to be painful initially. But as you continue to move forward, as you continue to small steps lead to great distances, as you continue to navigate and mourn meaningfully, it is not as painful. And if you talk about a relationship, y'all, it didn't got to the point now like you, I mean, I hope now if you older, you over it, you good, you heal, you ain't tripping no more. You can see them, it don't affect you, right? But it wasn't always that way. So I'm trying to encourage you to let you know early on, yes, those memories can be painful indeed. But if you keep navigating through the journey, if you keep understanding that small steps lead to great distances, and as you continue to move forward, amen, that pain will subside. Check this out. Over time, baby, we learn that our memories are our most precious keepsakes. So initially it's painful, but eventually, ooh, they become precious keepsakes, right? Over time, we begin to know and understand, recognize, and realize that those memories are our most precious keepsakes. I like to say, like, those memories are gifts. Those minutes, those moments, those memories, yeah, initially painful, but as you navigate through, those memories were gifts. Moments, moments that you had, minutes, moments, and memories that you have of your loved one. Time, the fun, the food, the family, the friends, the fellowship, the minutes, the moments, the memories, the love, the laughter, those memories. And think about it like this: for the ones that pass, now you'll sit around. If it's a barbecue, if it's a holiday, you can sit around. Eventually, you can sit around. And what do? You begin to remember. You begin to laugh. You begin to remember the jokes. You begin to remember the funny times. You begin to remember their sayings. You begin to remember their wisdom. You begin to remember all of this, and you pull it out and you talk about. Y'all remember that one time when whoop the whoop the whoop? That's what y'all be saying. Whoop the whoop the whoop, whoop the whoop the whoop. And y'all start laughing. And why are you able to do that eventually? Because memories are gifts. Memories are golden gifts from God. Those minutes and those moments that God allowed you to share, to have, to interact with this loved one, He gives them to you as gifts. And initially, it's a painful gift to receive, but eventually, it's such a precious keepsake that you hold near and dear to your heart. In remembering and in sharing those memories with others, this is what we do. We honor the person who died. In remembering and in sharing those memories with others, we honor the person who died. That's why they really never die, right? They continue to live. They live in your laughter. They live in your mind. They live in your heart. They live in your conversation. They live in your thoughts. They don't die, right? Their body is no longer functioning. They are a spirit. You are a spirit. You have a soul. You live in a body. The essence of who they are, the essence of the deposit that they made in your life. You know what I'm saying? They with you. Jesus didn't die. He said, lo, I'm with you always, even until the end of the world. He sent the Holy Spirit to be with us, to comfort us. You know what I'm saying? It's the memories of our loved ones when we allow them to linger, right? They don't die. We honor them, right, by remembering and recognizing their life. We acknowledge the unerasableness of our love. It's unerasable. And we imbue the current moment with the meaning of the past. Here's the final thought, beloved. If I am ever to move on or forget my past, I will remember this. It is in listening to the music of the past that I can sing in the present and dance in the future. Oh, that's some cold stuff right there. It is in listening to the music of the past that I can sing in the present and dance into the future. It is in listening to the music of the past that I can sing in the present and dance into the future. Today is 1:45. We are talking about memories. All right, my brothers and sisters, thank you so very much for joining us on today. Praying for each and every one of you as you continue to navigate through your grief journey. If you got any questions or comments, y'all, please drop them below. I got a couple of minutes, amen, before I take my daughter to school for her last day of school this year. Come on. Questions, comments. Questions, comments. Facebook user said, painful. It's such a disbelief they aren't there. Yes, it is. It's painful. It's such a disbelief after walking with somebody for so long, right? For such an extended period of time. Now we're trying to adjust the fact that they're not here. And that's a process. That's what grief and mourning is all about. That's a process you navigate through, right? That's why you have to mourn meaningfully. You are absolutely right. Facebook user says, yes, it's taken almost 3 years, but now can definitely talk and laugh and feel the gift of the memories. I'm trying to told you. It may take a little time. It may take 3 years. It may take a little time, right? But you navigate. Small steps lead to great distances. Small steps lead to great. And I want to say this, and sometimes, and I'm not saying you, but sometimes we Sometimes we hold up our healing, right? Because once again, we grieve, but we don't mourn, right? Grief is what you feel, mourning is what you reveal. So that's why, if y'all don't get nothing else that I say, please understand that mourning requires motion. It has to be mourning in action, right? Because a lot of times we can, I don't want to say we can expedite the process, but you have to participate in your own healing, and you have to do the work. There has to be some action, right? And if your mourning is in motion, then we don't stall out or we don't get stuck, right? So I think that's very important for us to know and understand. Sonia Perry Bostic, I'm sitting here saying things my dad and grandmother Pauline used to say all the time. Cracking up right now, teary eyed, great memories. Man, I'm trying to tell you, the older we get, the more we begin to sound like them, the more we begin to adopt their phrases, the more we begin to understand, right? The more we begin to understand. There are some levels of understanding we got to grow into. We got to mature into. There are some things you not yet ready to handle right now. You remember how if you got an older sibling that you used to get their hand me downs, so you would get their clothes after they could no longer wear them, right? And sometimes they was a little too big on you. The shoes was a little too big. The shirt, the jacket was a little too big, and you had to do what? You had to grow into it, right? There are some levels of understanding that you have to grow into. There are some things, there are some things that you will not get now. And especially the older you get, right? The older you get, I think that's why Tupac said, there's no way I can pay you back. He said, but the plan is to show you that I understand, right? Oh, you are appreciated. The older you get, the more you begin to understand, right? And I think that's so very important. Thank you for sharing that. Facebook user, yes, I was that person holding up my healing. I grieve not mourning. Yes, thank you for saying that. So many of us do that. So many of us, we don't know the difference. And so many of us, we are addicted to busy. We suppress, we don't address, we don't express. We feel, we don't reveal, right? We grieve, we don't mourn. And so we prolong. It's just like anything else. If your leg is broke, don't go to the hospital. What you gonna do? You gonna prolong your healing, right? Let something be wrong. Yeah, it's gonna run its course. No, it ain't. It's gonna stay broke, just like anything else. It's gonna stay broke, right? So you are prolonging it if you don't do your due diligence in what you need to do in order to get in the game to start healing. Facebook user missing certain times with my husband. Celebrate his memory hard. So yeah, it can be hard, right? And I'm definitely not trying to act like it's not. It most definitely can be hard. It can be rough. It can be tough. It can be extremely difficult, right? And in those moments, give yourself permission to feel what you feel. Give yourself permission to reveal what you feel. There's no magic bullet. There's no secret potion. There's no magic formula. There's no words, right? That are really going to help you. That you just got to go through the process. But give yourself those opportunities to feel what you feel, reveal what you feel as you navigate through this thing called grief. And it'll help you. So any more questions or comments, y'all? Y'all talkative today, and that's awesome. I appreciate it. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help you to navigate through what you're going through. So that's important. Prolonged mourning can really cause us to lose what's left. Leftovers can rot. Ooh, that's good. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. That's good. That's so good. Yes, I do that. It was from Rhonda. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Miss Rhonda, absolutely. You are absolutely right. Right? And we don't want to hold it up, right? We don't want to, we're not rushing it, but we don't want to hold it up. We don't want to be the cause of our stagnation. One that though, little prophetess Sonia Perry Bostic out there. She got something on her. She be real oily. She be denying it, but she a little oily, right? Hey, Anna Mason Moore, this is also true. I was unable to mourn right after my son passed because of a personal and legal estate issue pertaining to my son. When all that was over, it was like the dam broke. I really started to feel it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's so true. And a lot of times, even the week of, I know that was like a prolonged issue, but think about it. The week of, you so busy. You so busy entertaining people that don't know how to leave. You don't feel like entertaining them. They just coming over there sitting around. And we need the support. So don't get me wrong. But I don't feel like entertaining you, right? I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you staying. I don't feel like entertaining you, right? Because I may want to wallow on the floor. I may want to go to my room. I may not want to be bothered, right? But we so busy ripping and running. We writing obituaries. We getting clothes. We trying to see who bringing the chicken, who doing this. We trying to come up with the program. Who gonna preach? Who gonna pray? Who gonna do this, that, and the other? We too busy getting clothes, our clothes, the clothes for the deceased, and we ripping and running so much we don't even have time to fully process, right? Process everything. You got to do that. You go view the body. You go to the funeral. You all that. You got the the repast afterwards, right? And then everybody go home. All of that stuff. It's not until you get back into your normal routine, oftentimes, that it really begins to settle in because everything you running on adrenaline that first couple weeks, right? So everything starts to settle in, right? That's when it really starts to settle in. And so you're absolutely right. I always sit and think about my loved ones, and I get grief bites. Thank you for everything and teaching us. Thank God for you and your family. God bless you. Thank God for you. Man, we doing this all year, 365 days. You hear me? We gonna do this all year, every single day. We coming to you. We coming to you. And so I'm excited to have this opportunity, and I'm glad, right? We'll see what God does with it, but we're just here to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. We'll see where it goes. We'll see what God does, but it's so very important, y'all. So many people are hurting. So many people need help. So we're here. To God be the glory. Thank you so very much. Anybody else? To God be the glory. That's it. To God be the glory. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look, today is day 145. That means we got 144 more. I need y'all to go binge watch them like y'all do Netflix, right? Go binge watch. So let me see. Let me see what they talk about. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is good. It's gonna bless you. It's gonna help you, right? It's not an end all be all. You're not gonna watch it and you're gonna feel 1,000% better. Now I ain't saying that, but I am saying that small steps lead to great distances. I am telling you that these grief bites will nourish you enough to help you to navigate through the day, help you to navigate through the season. And so I want to encourage you to continue to tune in. Go check them out. Go watch them. It's a 3-4 day weekend for some of y'all. Sit back, check them out, be blessed, right? It ain't for my benefit, it's for yours. I'm not profiting off of this at all. I'm making a deposit into you. Amen. And so I'm getting nothing from this other than the satisfaction to see you navigate to mourn meaningfully, right? And so you get an opportunity, y'all, go check them out, binge watch them, let it bless you, and get on this journey with us. I'm looking forward to continuing to journey with you over the course of this year as we navigate through grief one day at a time. So I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hope you have a thriving Thursday. And I'll see you tomorrow, y'all. Same time, same place, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go.
Good morning. Good morning.